All right, class.
Yes.
Okay, so this right here is going to be my 5th hour today, and I know no one's got their phones out right now, and everyone's going to be following along.
I have to fix my guy.
I'm here. All right, so now we're going to go over this, and you guys. All right, which doesn't belong. So small differences. I want you guys, so everyone actually has this on your paper right now. I want you guys to look over these, starting with this first one, and give me a reason why. Give me a reason why for this one. So, I'll give you a moment.
Which one doesn't belong? The one with
Now, hold on. Can I pretend like you're working, please?
I tried doing that.
No, you need to actually do it. We're on the paper. Your notebook should be out. So pretend better. And then you gotta give me a reason here. You gotta give me a reason why.
No reason.
Alright. Okay, who says A?
Wait, what?
Alright, okay, so now, tell me why A.
Because it's parentheses.
Is parentheses. What did I call those when we talked about it on Thursday?
Not simplified.
Not simplified. Expanded.
Expression.
Exponent equation?
Uh,
It was on our.
yes, it was on Thursdays. It was on Thursday's notes.
Isn't it polynomials?
It is
Function?
the factored. It's factors. They're the factors of this. So if you said A,
Right.
that should be factors. Anyone say B? Anyone say B? Nazbulo says B. He's got 2 hands up for B. Nazbulo, tell me why B.
Because it doesn't have that.
Oh, it doesn't, but why is it different than the others though? That guy.
It has 2 squared. I mean, it has a 2x squared.
2x squared, so it has a coefficient, doesn't it? Okay, so it has a coefficient. Very good. So that one has a coefficient where the other ones don't.
Yes.
All right. Anyone say C? That guy says C. Why did we say C?
Yeah,
I just don't also has to that's -25.
Okay, it's the only one that comes out to be negative 25. So if we expand this one right here, like if we expand A, we distribute A, my last term should be negative 24. This one comes up with negative 25. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'm happy with that. Anyone say D? A whole bunch of D's. Go ahead. That one.
Because it has a x cubed.
It has an x cubed. Very good. So this one's got the highest degree here, right? So there's an x cubed. Very good. All right. So you guys write in for each one of your answers. So whatever answer you chose, I'm hoping that you actually put the reason why. Yes.
What was the parentheses called again?
Factored. It's factored. That's a factored form. So when we did this the other day, each one of those was factored, and I'd set them equal to 0, remember? And we actually found where my function was equal to 0. All right. 6.2, return of the box. Remember that thing? It was on the quiz. It was on the review. It was on the homework. It was on the notes. Where we take a piece of paper, we cut the corners off, right? And we turn it up to make it into a volume. Yeah? Okay, good. That's what we're doing here. So, identify the degree and leading term of the polynomial. Explain your reasoning. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to bring this down. 14 minus 2x, 8.5 minus 2x times quantity of just x. Now, I have to distribute all this stuff together. So all this stuff has to go together. So I'm going to start off by putting the x into the first one. So I'm going to start from the back here. So I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to start that way. So I'm just going to distribute the x into this, and it's going to make my binomial a little bit easier. So bring down my first one, which is 14 minus 2x times quantity of 8.5x, and then minus 2x squared. Cube, thank you. Thank you, see? Someone's paying attention. I'm checking on you, checking to make sure you're following along.
Wait,
It's squared. It is squared.
Okay.
I was about to say.
I was about to say,
So where's the third one?
I know.
squared.
It's going to be squared because 1 times 1, 1 and 1, right? Gives me 2. Haha. See? See?
Just making sure you're paying attention.
Uh-huh, yeah. See, we already had this planned out. Here to say, then I'll change it, and just seeing if everyone else is paying attention. Then I only got like 3 people to try it. Yeah. They're all following along. Okay, so I'm going to do this slightly different than what I did before. So I'm going to do a distribution using a box. Using a box. So I'm going to distribute this, so it's going to bring 14 and negative 2x. Then I have 8.5x, and then a negative 2x squared. This is just a different way of doing it. So instead of doing all your lines and your arrows and stuff, this is another way of doing it. So a lot of people, we keep doing the same thing over and over again, but a lot of people still aren't getting it, so let's try it a different way. So doing it this way, we're just going to multiply in my coordinate here. So I have 14 times 8.5x. Yes, math that one. 14 times 8.5x.
119.
119? X, right?
Yeah.
119x. Very good. Now let's do the next one, which is going to be 14 times negative 2x squared. So positive or negative? It's negative, negative. Negative 28x squared. What's 2 times 14?
Come on.
There we go. So we get negative 28x squared. Okay. And then now let's go in the bottom. So now it's going to be negative 2x. Negative for this box right here. So negative 2x times 8.5x.
Negative 17x to the second.
Negative what?
Negative 17x to the second part. Or squared.
Yep, like that. Next one. My last one over here. So way over here. So negative negative makes a positive. Positive 4.
4x cubed.
X cubed. X1, X2 gives me X cubed. Now comes a part where I need to arrange it myself. Which one is going to be the highest degree? Which one? 4x cubed, right? So I'm going to start with 4x cubed. So start with that, as long as they're not trying to put our head down and take a nap during this. It's going to be 4x cubed. So 4x cubed Now, what would come after x cubed?
No, negative
28.
Oh, no.
The x squared, right?
Yeah, negative 28.
It doesn't matter.
So it's going to be x squared, right?
Yeah.
So I have a negative 17x squared. I have a negative 28x squared. So I have to combine those together. So when I combine those together, I should have negative 40 x squared, right? Because I'm combining like terms. And my last one. Plus, it's positive 119x. Very good. Now, going back to this, my question that was actually being asked. What was the question?
Do these points make sense in this situation?
Not the second one, the first one.
Identify the degree and do the polynomial, explain or show your reasoning.
Okay, identify the degree. What's the degree of this? My degree is 3. Very good. My degree is 3. And it said the leading, leading term of the polynomial. The leading term is going to be 4x cubed. That's the leading term. The leading coefficient would be the 4. The coefficient is 4. The term of the polynomial is 4x cubed. The degree of the polynomial is 3. Maybe? Yes? Okay. Anyone here got questions over this? No? Speak now, forever hold your peace. All right, let's keep going then. So the second part says, without graphing, what can you say about the horizontal and vertical intercepts of the graph of V? Does these points make sense in this situation? All right, so I'm going to go back to the factored form. I'm going to go back to its factored form. So in the factored form, it was, is it 14 minus 2x? You could write on the paper, your actual note paper. And we have 8.5 minus 2x, and my last one's x, right? So if I'm going to do the zeros of this, which that's what I need to do, because that's what we did on Thursday, right? Yeet. Yeet. We did zeros. Uh-oh. I need to break my head up. I just come back over here for some reason. This guy always comes to harass me. I'm trying to take a nap, and how dare he come bother me? Alright, so from Thursday's work, we were setting each of these equal to 0. So if I were to do that, and I say my polynomial equal to 0, I would set each term, each multiple equal to 0. So it's going to be 14 minus 2x equals 0. I'm using the zero product rule because anything times 0. Wait, hold on. Okay, you guys, you gotta do it right this time. Class?
Yes.
Anything times 0 is?
0.
0. Okay, so if there's ever a 0 that's being multiplied, the whole thing's going to be 0. So if this piece right here is equal to 0, then the whole thing is 0. If this piece right here is equal to 0, the whole thing is 0. If just the x right here is equal to 0, it's 0. So I'm actually doing the math, setting it equal to 0. So I have minus 14. Negative 14 is equal to negative 2x. X is positive 7. X is positive 7. Now, I want you guys right now do it for the next two. Do it for the next two. Do it for the next two ones. So yes, I'm asking you to do a little bit of algebra right now. Yes. Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see. It should look like this. 0 equals 8.5 minus 2x. Negative 8.5 equals negative 2x. And then x is equal to positive 4.25. Did everyone get that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, positive 4.25. And then what about this last one right here? What does that mean? X is equal to 0. Because I have to set each multiple equal to 0, x is equal to 0 there. Now, let's see what it means. And I'm going to do this. I am going to sketch a graph. You don't have to. But see why this is important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. It says that I have my function is equal to 0 at x equals 0. So I'm going to put a dot right there. It's also equal to 0 at positive 4.25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, right about here. And it's also equal to 0 at positive 7, right, Leslie? I see you there. So, at 7, put another dot right there. So, my function is a positive function. My leading coefficient is positive 4, right? Okay. Positive 4, that means that it's going to be going up. So, starting at my first point, just because I already know the shape of this. I know the shape of this, that it's going to go like this, come back down there, end up over there. Remember the other day when we did the Squidward, the interpretive dance?
Yeah.
So, everyone. All right, I need everyone. Class.
Yes.
All right, show me x squared. X squared. What does x squared look like?
Yes.
There we go. Now Bulo's got it. X squared. X squared. Should be a field goal. X squared. Yes, I'm coming over here. You alive? Okay. Can you show me x squared? What's x squared look like? All right. So x squared. But now this one right here isn't squared. It's x cubed, right? So now, with the hand, show me x cubed.
Yes.
Okay, it starts from the bottom, and now it's up here, right? So it's going to be like that. So we already know the shape of this. And that's why I say it's got to start down here, goes up, crosses 0 again there, and then has to go back up right here.
Yes.
There we go. It's going to look something like that. So what does that mean? That means that my values of x over here, my volume is going to be positive numbers, and down here it will be negative. Can I have a negative volume? No? No, you can't have negative volume. There's a reason why you can't have negative volume. I know you could fit stuff in it, right? So you could, if you're fitting to 0, can't even think of it like a negative?
No.
volume. And it's like a third or fourth dimension off of that, right? The fourth dimension. So we're not really getting into that. But anyway, so if we go back to my box right here, that means that at 4.25, this piece right here goes down to 0 because we're cutting off half of it right there. All right, we're going to cut off half of it. 4.25 makes that one 0. Now the next part is super important. Look at my little graph right here. Do you guys recall what did I call this thing up here? A what type of maximum? Starts at L, ends at ocal. Local maximum. Local maximum. So it's not the global maximum because my maximum of this function goes all the way up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So my local maximum is going to be right here. So my function should have a maximum when in between here and here, at some value in here. So if I want to get the most out of my volume, Jonathan, if I want to get the most out of my volume, I would, whatever my x value is there, that's the piece that I need to have. So that's why we're doing all this, is trying to figure out those things. Does that make sense, or did I just completely confuse you guys more? Are we good? Angel, you good now? Okay, thank you, Angel. All right, so now, this is what I'm going to ask of you people. So right now, since you guys have scratch paper under your paper, right? And, where's mine? Right now, you guys are going to distribute all 4 of these on your paper. Do them now, please. Yes. No, it's not. It's 4 problems. Please, you people right now in your notebook, on your scratch paper underneath, you guys are going to do your distributions here. This is super important, huh?
Can I do it like this?
Yes, you can. You can do it like the box thing I showed you too. Just no. You're just distributing. You don't have to set it equal to 0. Just do my distribution because we're just going to verify that this one right here is equal to this one right here. So everyone is doing the distribution right now. Everybody in here is doing distribution. Everybody in here is doing distribution. All 4 of them on there? It's on your, no, it's on there right now. See, you're doing these right here. Someone else. Who was restroom? Oh, you're back. You haven't gone yet? Really? Who are you waiting for? Oh, that kid. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, he's coming back to like 5 minutes for the class.
I know, right? Give him like 20, 30 minutes. Answer. Do your work now. Work faster. Keep going. Do all of them. All of them. You got 4. What? Distribute. Okay, multiply. That comes out. So do the first. This, yes. Kind of like, you know the box thing that I did earlier? Did you like the box thing? Yes. Did you like that one way better? Try it. And these are your numbers you're using.
What?
So, the box on the left, you have X. No, just X. And the one down here, you have 2. Okay, over here you have, and then you have on 4.
What's that called?
What's up?
Quarter five.
I know, I'm sorry, you're not the only one here.
Here, play this song.
Yes, should be just. Yes, what's up?
Cause I hear it play, like, pay $7 to get that 7 messages. I'll take the free ones, thanks.
I still need to pay the fee, yo. I still need to pay those $10.
I need to tell my mom I need to pay the $20. It's
What's 20 for?
yeah, it's 20 for the shirts. No, it's $10 for the shirt and $20 and $10 for that. All of us get $10. Ooh. Wait, I just realized we have to perform what's today? In 2 weeks.
I did the wrong one.
Oh, I don't even know.
Pre-performance songs.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like those. It's not too.
The song so it's like switch from D
What?
to G7 to D.
It sounds like some church music.
You know why? It's non-gospel music. Me, Loki, still trying to learn how to play certain
Yes.
It's the easiest one.
I know. It's like,
Alright, so I'm gonna show you. Let's set these up. So we'll give you the box. I'll show you the box again.
I like the box.
No, please don't do that.
We have X and we have 2. What's my other one?
X
and
and
4.
4.
Alright. So let's see. X times X is
X squared.
X times 4.
4x.
2 times X.
2x.
And 2 times 4.
8.
I heard a 6 in there.
I was about to say 6x.
Oh, okay, yeah, so. Alright, so I get X squared plus 6X plus 8.
That's easy, just help us on number 3.
Number 3? Okay, so I'll set up the box for you. Alright, what are the terms in the box?
It's in the X squared.
X squared, what?
Plus 10x. Plus 7.
And
2x minus 1.
Ooh, wait, how do you get out with the box?
2x 2.
huh? For what? This one right here? So this? Alright, so this is the third one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the third one. So, let's go ahead and do this one. Fatima, you're paying attention because you were struggling with this.
Yeah.
So quit looking over and staring at that guy. Yes. You're like ninth in line. Alright. X squared times 2x. 2x cubed. X squared times negative 1. Negative x squared, right? Okay. 10x times 2x.
20x.
X squared, very good. 10x and negative 1. Negative 10x. 7 times 2x. 7 times negative 1. What's wrong?
Combine like terms. 4.
Okay, what's my leading coefficient going to be? What's my leading degree?
3.
3. So let's start with that one. So it's going to be 2x cubed, right? And combine x squareds. How many x squareds am I going to have?
X 1. 2. 1.
No, how many? Look, you got 20 x's over here.
No.
You have 1 negative x over there.
19.
Positive 19x. right?
Yeah.
Positive 19x, and then,
Wait, is it 19x squared?
yeah, squared, sorry, thank you, squared. And then what?
Plus
Plus
6x.
Plus 4x, right? Just the x's. Positive 4x, and then, there we go. Okay, so you guys are doing that last one right now, right?
How did you get positive 4x?
How did I get positive 4x? Okay, look right here. We have positive 14, and we have a negative 10. So when I combine those together, I get positive 4.
Would it be to the fifth or what?
So which one do you want to do? Are we ready for the fourth one?
Do some time.
Okay, I'll set up the fourth one for you while you're waiting, or while I'm waiting.
If you don't like write that down somewhere, you got open.
Nazbulo, go.
Can I go up to him? Nah, he's the last one right now. Yes.
Oh yeah, big one.
So can I go up to him?
You finished with this?
Is it back him out then?
You after him. All right. Let's go ahead and do it again. So, this first one, 4x cubed times x squared. X to the fifth, very good. 4x cubed times 3. 12. 4 times 3 is 12. 12x cubed. Negative 8 times x squared. Negative 8x squared. Negative 8 times 3. Minus 24, right?
That's the same, so you didn't write it down.
What?
The same, right?
Yeah, nothing's the same, so you can't combine two.
Yeah, that's it. So what would I start off with?
4x to the fifth.
Very good. So it's 4x to the fifth. What goes after that?
Plus 12x
Plus
to the third.
12x cubed
Minus 8x cubed.
minus 8x squared
Minus 24.
minus 24. There we go. All right, for the sake of what we got going on here, I'm going to move on to the next part. So I'm not going to do all the things. Which one did I skip? I skipped the second one, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now for this one right here, it says, write a pair of expressions that have 2 or 3 terms, trade them with your partner, multiply the expression they gave you. All right, due to the sake of time constraints on this one, I'm going to skip that part. Let's take a look at this next one. It says, spot the differences. What's different in between these two functions? The fraction out front, right?
Yeah.
The fraction out front. Okay, but fractions are your friends, not food. Okay, so that 1/2 right there, what happens if I multiply something by half? It's divided by 2. It's Okay, so what is 1/2 times 10?
5.
5. So half of 10, right? Okay. So what do you think is going to happen here with that 1/2? Is it going to go up slower or is it going to go up faster? It's half. It's half as fast. So this one's actually going to go up slower. Because this one, that half, means that it's going to go up half as fast as my other one. So this is half speed and this is regular speed. Do you think about that? That's just the number that is out front that is going to change that. Alright, so I'm going to leave it off there. I just need to talk about that piece. Alright, your summaries. Let's take a look at the summary here. Alright, so everything we have here, this is all the stuff that we have been doing for the last couple days. Okay, I'm going to leave it off of there. You guys know how to read. Alright, don't forget, like, share, subscribe.